Hey, Shalom, giving all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Peace, mercy, and grace to the household of faith, beginning with the elect 144,000, on down to the rest of the one-third men, women, and children as well of the household of faith. Double honors to the leadership of Great Millstone. Peace, mercy, and grace again to the household of faith. And, man, I've been binging through the Universal Soldier franchise. And I was watching Universal Soldier, The Return, and I said, man, lo and behold, the truth is just out here, right? We know that the technology and things that they show on these movies, we know that these are things that they've been had, and things that have been released and out right now. This is technology they've been had, right? And in this movie, I'm only 20 minutes in or so, and I got the trailer right here, and I got it shot. I got it stopped right here on this scene, because in this movie, you had. Okay, before I mention that point, what you see right here is a image of a machine, just like how they have these machines in these machines in these warehouses and stuff that's doing stuff like in the car dealerships and stuff like that, or the car, not dealerships, but making the cars and shit. You have a machine that's implanting a chip into a Universal Soldier's brain. Now, the Universal Soldier, if you don't know, these are dead soldiers that have been reanimated, all right, brought back to life. They're still dead, but they're reanimated, so they're able to move and walk, talk, and appear to be living again. But they pretty much don't have a soul. They under control. That was in the original, right? They was under control of the commander or the leader or the director or whatever. But in this one, pretty much the Universal Soldiers are having chips implanted in their brains, and they're under the control of AI. So there's an AI in this named Seth, and he's just like for instance, my Chat GPT voice, the sound of my Chat GPT, that's the same voice as Seth in this movie. Matter of fact, I'm gonna prove it. I'm gonna show you to you real quick. I'm just gonna see if I can do it through this. If you go watch that movie, that's exactly how this AI Seth sounds. And we know Seth is that's a biblical name. That was the son of Adam that replaced Abel after Cain killed him. And Seth means recompense. But yeah, so these AI, so they showed you a few things in this movie. They showed you they've been had the AI bots and the AI infrastructure. They've been showing you. They show you in this movie that the plan is the mark of the beast. Cause that's what this is. Mark of the beast. The mark in their head or forehead, right? And they showed you that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Cause I got another point, but I'm thinking about one of the other ones. I'm not gonna make that point in this one, but that's the main two things. Like the AI and the chip. So the Universal Soldiers in this movie again, they're being pretty much controlled via the chip. They being controlled by the AI via the chip. That's the point. And they also showed you that in what's that movie? That's a movie that came out a couple years ago. Implanted. I think it's called Implanted. But yeah, Implanted. Yep, this movie. Once she got the chip put in her head, like it was a voice. It was a voice. It pretty much integrated you with the AI, because I'm just kind of going off of the left end here, but which I don't think it's too far fetched, but in these movies, these AI things, they wanted to become human. They wanted to experience the human experience, and I think that's how they also gonna do it through those implants, because they showed you that in the movie Upgrade too. You had the what's the name of that? I think it had a name too. Because when Gray got the implant on his spine, he heard the voice, and then eventually the plan of that implant, which was an AI, it wanted to be human. It wanted to be human. So yeah, man, this is some deep shit. I'm gonna have to rewatch that Implanted too, but that movie was good too. But yeah, so they showed you the mark of the beast. So this shows you that this been a thing. So just giving all glory, praise, and honor to the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because it's evident, man. It's evident. Let's get Second Esdras. I'm gonna get that instead because we already know the mark of the beast scripture. But Second Esdras 9:4. It says, "Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee." Right, in the days that before us, John the Revelator. He spoke through our forefather John of these times. And then it says, even from the beginning. Why? Because it was already declared and decreed from even before John, the beginning. Verse 5, "For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end," right? Because everything in the world has an expiration date, has a beginning and an end, right? Things change. That's the only thing, like they used to say, the only thing consistent in life is change. It says, "For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end." Man, hold on, man. I ain't start yawning until I crank this lesson up. It says, "And the end is manifest." All right, so everything has a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Let's go. Since we said that, I was talking to my Uber driver today, man. He has some sense on his head, man. He pretty much see everything. He pretty much see the writing on the wall. He get it, and he said he believe in the Bible too. So, he mentioned the mark of the beast prophecy, and then he started talking about. But before he mentioned it, he said, in Revelation where it says the Antichrist is gonna have a mark, he came with that Antichrist thing. I was like, okay, I see where you at. He was doing so good too. I said, okay. But just in case you don't know, the whole Antichrist thing is not one Antichrist, and that's kind of how the Christian thing teaches it. Like, it's one Antichrist when the Bible tells you it's multiple, it's many, because it's really a spirit, and that spirit is prevalent, in the world, honestly. And it's going to be tested and tried via the hour of temptation, which is when this whole thing becomes mandatory to get this technology. Because AI is a god, is an idol. It's a modern day idol being erected in this time. So Ecclesiastes 7:8 reads, "Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. And the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit." Right? Better is the end of a thing than the beginning. It's better that we at the end and witnessing, the manifestation of the end and seeing that we're about to go through what we have to go through to get to where we got to get to, versus it being 2,000 years ago and we just meeting the Messiah and he just coming, he just came, it's a good thing that we at the end. The patient in the spirit is better than the proud in spirit, because the patient, even though patience means to suffer, right? Why is King Solomon saying it's better to suffer in the spirit? Because there's a reward, right? A reward of that's going to be worthy. That's going to be better than the reward of the proud in spirit, because pride comes before the destruction. So if you're patient in the spirit, you like the old saying goes, good things come to those who wait. So when you're patient in the spirit, man, it's easier said than done, because I've been hella hasty with stuff lately, and it always bites me in the ass. So, I'm saying this to myself, and it's easier said than done. But and that's why patience means, it does mean to suffer. You hear the apostles teach that, and from the elders on down, teach that, and it's like real talk. It does mean to suffer, and patience. It sucks at times because it hurts. Like being patient, it hurts the flesh. The flesh, especially in these times, we want things quick and fast and speedily. And that's why the Lord said what? I'll go ahead and end here. My neighbor playing his music loud as hell. I ain't been having a taste to listen to music a lot lately, man. I don't know. But this Luke 21:19. In your patience possess ye your souls, man. In your patience. Let's look up patience and see what it say. Steadfastness, constancy, endurance. In the New Testament, the characteristic of a man who is not swerved from his deliberate purpose and his loyalty to faith and piety by even the greatest trials and sufferings. Yep. So patience is synonymous with trial and suffering. Patiently, steadfast, waiting, enduring, sustaining. And I mentioned before that a reward is coming, right? Revelation 14. Let's go to 13. And 10, it says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Right? And when you go to Revelation 18 and 20, rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for God have avenged you on her. That's going to be the reward of the patience of the saints. When Yahweh Shem Yahushua avenges, when he pays back, when he judges the great whore, that's the ultimate patience. We ain't being patient to goddamn come up. We're patient for little things here to get by, but our ultimate patience is linked to the sufferings we're doing in our joint suffering with the cross and waiting on the Lord to get here, which is part of how he's gonna avenge us. And it's also why it says rejoice. It also says rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, because it says rejoice because Yahweh Shai, I think his script talks about that. Pretty much how we're gonna be rejoicing at his coming. But yeah, man, that's the point, man. I just want to bring that out, man. It's been out here. They've been showing that this was the ultimate goal, man. Like the elder brought out that how Microsoft go into small software. That small software device is gonna go into your head or into your hand as well as other parts of the body. It can go in your spine, all kind of places, man. Folks is chipped up out here. So I'm going to close that, man. I pray it was edifying. Shalom.